Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Qudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. In this video, okay, as you can see in the title, the Kal-El effect, okay, which this is something that Apostle Tahar had mentioned in a video that he did. He mentioned it very briefly. He didn't really speak on it, but it was just something he said. Okay, and I believe it was in the video he did on the maps, okay, the biblical maps and geography, which is a good video. All right, but it gave me the idea to do this lesson, okay, and dealing with the Kal-El effect, which is really goes back to the Hebrew Kal-Al, right, or Allah, and Kal in the Hebrew, K-A-L, means all, right? When you say call halal, the word halal in Hebrew is praise, okay, and the word call is all. So when you say call halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right, you're saying all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or you may hear it being said as kol halal yum la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is all praises. The yum at the end makes it plural. La is two. Okay, Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, Bahashem, meaning in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so Kal-El, all right, is all power. So the all power effect, or in essence, the all God effect. Okay, and that's ultimately what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is gonna give us, is gonna make us. He's gonna allow us to be able to exhibit that all power, because we are gonna be turned into gods. Now, I mentioned something like this in the video I did. I believe it was titled Power, and there was an individual that left a comment. I don't remember exactly the detail of the comment, but I know it was around the field of sort of like a question, like what, like we're gonna become gods, like what, which it can when you first hear it, you're like, wait, talking about, whoa. I mean, I understand, the MOTB and all these things happening, but gods, where's that at? You see, because these are things that people don't actually, some people don't even know are in the Bible, because there's a lot of scriptures that are in the Bible that a lot of people don't know about. And when they watch our videos, they hear us mention certain things, and at first it sounds, no, he's making that up. That cannot be real. And then, since we're in the habit of proving all things according to 1 Thessalonians 5:21, we go to the verse and we read it, and then we break it down, and then as they're listening, they're like, wait, hold on, what? And then they go and they get their Bible and open it, and they see the verses right there, and they're like, no, these guys didn't make it up, it's right there. And they're like, what? I've had this Bible for years, I never knew this was in there. Okay, nevertheless, so what I did was I put a few precepts on the as a reply to the individual's comment. They said thank you and all, but it was I'm going to start off with the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. And it says, I have said, ye are gods. And the word gods is, of course, here it's a lowercase g, but the word gods, or God, in the Hebrew is Allah, which means power, or divine, or judge. Okay, but loosely translated, it basically means power. Okay, Allah, power, God. Okay, so I have said ye are gods, so we are powers. Okay, but we are not the most high God. We are not the most high power. So the angels are gods. Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, he is a God. And the Most High is the Most High God. He is the highest power there is. Okay, so as it says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. Now, Psalms 82 and 6 is not talking about the whole world. Psalms 82 and 6 is talking about the children of Israel. Okay, and it starts with the elect of the nation of Israel. So let's talk about the Kal-El effect, right? It says here, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. So why, well, when you look at us, we don't really exhibit godlike characteristics in terms of a true God, right? I mean, look at the condition our people are in. But the reason is, when you read verse 7, it says, "But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes." So we would fall from that estate, right? The angels which kept not their first estate, going back to the book of Jude. Okay. We lost that estate due to the curses. The Lord cursed us. Okay. And put us in this low condition. But we were created to be immortal. We were created to be gods. So through this condition, this punishment, to learn our lesson, the Lord is going to, when he comes back, he's going to what? He's going to raise us up and change us back to that glorious state, which is going to be greater than the former. All right. So very soon, when the Lord comes back, we are going to have the complete Kal-El effect. We're going to be supermen and superwomen. And as Apostle Tahar said, we're going to have super babies. So that means we're going to have spiritual power. We're going to have authority, not only in the sense of status, but actual power that goes beyond command, that goes beyond rank. Okay, we're going to have actual physical, it's spiritual power, but it's going to be manifest in the physical. Okay, things like being able to fly and read minds and teleport and reappear and disappear and form elements. When you watch certain TV shows and movies and cartoons and read certain comics, and certain characters are able to like just manifest energy into attacks, like energy balls or beams out of their hands, they're manipulating the elements, okay, to create that. You have certain characters that have the ability to control fire, and some can control ice and all of those things. Okay, we're going to be able to do all of that because we are going to be on a godlike state. Once again, the Kal-El effect. Okay, so now let's go, because let's get the verses that are in the Bible that actually conclude that. Okay, not things that we're making up, but what does it say actually in the Bible? This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 8. It says, "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem." So who are the inhabitants of Jerusalem? It's not talking about the people that are there today, because the majority of those people that are there today are not the true inhabitants of Jerusalem. They're not the true chosen people. Okay, they are a people that stole the heritage and the nationality of the actual chosen people, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true inhabitants of Jerusalem. So in that day, the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. So what day is that going to be? Ultimately, when the Lord comes back. Because pursuant to Daniel, the 12th chapter and the first verse, when it talks about Michael, the prince, standing up for the children of thy people, Michael is not going to be alone. He's going to be here, but they're all going to be led by Yahushua. And that's going to be when he comes to fight and take down this system and defend us. Okay? And that's when we're going to be changed. A lot of people don't even understand that the Bible actually talks about us changing bodies. Okay, when the Lord comes back upon his second return, Paul mentions it. Okay, that our bodies, it explicitly says it. All right, that these bodies that we're in are going to be changed. They're going to be transformed. They're going to change forms. That's how we're going to be made gods. People read scriptures and they always say, yeah, if you believe in the Lord, you're going to have everlasting life. Everlasting life means you live forever. Well, how will you live forever in these mortal bodies? A mortal, the word mortal, to die. So a mortal body and everlasting life contradict. They don't go together. If you are going to live forever, you need to be in an immortal body. Okay, so since I mentioned that, let's go to that. I know it's in the book of Thessalonians. Let's see. No. Let's see. Body. Oh, Philippians. Salakia. So this is the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 20. It says, "For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able to subdue, he is able even to subdue all things unto himself." So Philippians 3 and 21 explicitly tells you in the Bible that the Lord, when he comes back, is going to do what? He's going to change our vile body. Why are these bodies vile? Because they're full of sin. All right. They're weak. They break down. They're mortal. Okay. They have wicked thoughts. Right. So he's going to change these bodies that we have, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. So the body that the Lord is coming in is not going to be a human, a regular terrestrial body. It's going to be an extraterrestrial body. Okay. The body of a God, meaning it's going to be immortal. In that body, you don't get hurt. You don't feel pain. You don't die. That's what our bodies are going to be changed like onto. Okay. So yeah, when body changing your body is what? Getting a new body, becoming God. What are you talking about? Explain Philippians 3 and 21. What does Philippians 3 and 21 mean? Okay, what does Philippians 3 and 21 mean? So let's go back and finish where we were in the book of Zechariah 12, in the eighth verse. So Zechariah 12 and 8, "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem," which we discussed who that is, "and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David," which represents the elect. Another way of referring to the house of David is the elect, "shall be as what? As God," the Kal-El effect, "as the angel of the Lord before them." Okay. So what is the Lord going to do? He's going to raise us up and change our bodies. And in those new bodies is going to be built in innately spiritual power. Okay. We're going to be able to move things with our mind. You can shoot a freaking missile at us and it's not going to do any harm to us. Like, there was a video a couple months back of, I think 4 chariots that were stationed in midair, and they were dripping like this. It looked like molten metal or something, and I forgot where the location was, but they shot either a missile or something like that, a rocket or something at it, and it hit straight. It hit the chariot, and then once the smoke cleared, you could see the chariots were there, unfazed, untouched. That's how we're gonna be. No weapon that is formed against us is gonna prosper. Okay, once again, the Kal-El effect. So you want to know why we're so diligent? Yeah, these guys, man, they don't got a life. You know, they're always out there, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether it's rainy. Every single day they're doing videos. Like you guys don't got nothing better to do with your life. Every single day there's a video. Oh, he put up a video. Oh, he put up a video. The Bible this. Oh, this, that. Oh, and they always going into this Bible. You know, why are they so consistently doing the same thing? Well, guess what? Because there's a reward that comes with it. And what I'm speaking about right now is a part of that reward. I mean, it's not that people don't want, I mean, who doesn't want immortality, right? Who doesn't want power? Who doesn't want that? But they don't believe that that's possible. That's why they look at us like we're crazy, like we're a lost cause. Okay, but they're going to see it. So the next precept, so we went over Psalms 82 and 6. We went into Philippians 3 and 21. We hit Zechariah 12. Okay, next is 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. And starting right at the 51st verse. Now, this was said by the Apostle Paul, same as Philippians. Right? And he said that the Lord supped with him. So Paul was on a very high level because of the revelations that was given to him. So he had understanding. The Lord was dealing with the Apostle Paul. Okay, and is still dealing with the Apostle Paul, because guess what? Those prophets are all back here again today, doing the same thing they did back then, being guided by the same spirit that was guiding them back then. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. Behold, I shew you a mystery. Why is this a mystery? Because if you were to walk into a church service and you were to do an experiment, I don't recommend doing this because it's going to waste your time. But if you were to go into a church every Sunday for 1 year, there's a high chance, probably a 99.9% chance, if not 100% chance, that you're not going to go in there one day and hear them bring out these scriptures right here. Hear them tell you talk about new bodies, talk about the Lord coming back and him changing our bodies and making us gods, talking about the kingdom of heaven being here on earth. You ain't gonna hear that. And they're definitely not in these so-called Christian churches. That I'll tell you 100%. Okay? So that's why it's a mystery, because a lot of people don't know this. They don't even know that this is in the Bible. Okay? You wonder, wait, hold on. The Bible has all these books, so many pages, right? But yet the only thing they talk about is John 3:16, John 10:30. You know, the Lord and the Jesus. You talk about Abraham, they talk about Moses, they talk about Adam, and they talk about Jesus, and then Paul. That's it. So all those pages in the book, that's it. There's nothing else in there. No, that's pretty much it. You know, that to sum it up. What? All right. So 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51, it says, behold, I show you a mystery. It's a mystery because not a lot of people know and understand it, especially what he's about to say here. We shall not all sleep. What he means by sleep is to die. Okay, like in the saying, he slept with his fathers. Now, does that mean that he took a mattress and laid, you know what I'm saying? He laid a bed and no, because his fathers were dead. So what does it mean he slept with his fathers? It means he died. All right. So we shall not all sleep, meaning we're not all going to die, but we shall all be changed. But we will all be changed. Remember, in Philippians 3 and 21, what did Paul mention? Change, right? That Yahushua is going to change our vile bodies. It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, like a blink, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. And when is this going to be? When Yahushua comes back. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, Kal-El effect. That's when we become powers. We become gods. When we no longer die. When we no longer are corruptible. When we are perfect. Right? It says, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, so you're going to go from this mortal body, this flesh, with all its diseases and infirmities and weaknesses, onto the new bodies the Lord is going to give us. That's the incorruptible. That's the incorruption. It says, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, because how are you going to be a god but you die? Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. And how we gain the victory? Through the Messiah, through Yahushua. All right, ultimately starting with Yahweh, but through Yahushua. Okay. So the next precept, which is more closely linked to what we read in Philippians, but this is in the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 2, and it says, so Apostle Paul spoke about it. The prophet Zechariah spoke about it. It was prophesied. It was also mentioned in the book of Psalms. Okay, the Apostle John, as we're about to read here, it says, beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, who's the he? Yahushua. We shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So that's what Paul was referring to in Philippians 3 and 21. Right? When Yahushua comes, the body that he's coming with, that glory and that power, that aura and that energy, that is what we are going to be looking like. That's what he's going to change us onto. All right, we're going to have bodies like onto his, and those are going to be God-like bodies. So we're not going to die more again. You know, once again, the Kal-El effect, we're going to be powerful. We're going to be perfect. Okay? And we're going to have actual power. Like I said, that goes beyond just rank, you know, because a king, for example, a king has power, right? He has authority. He says something and it gets done. But physically, if somebody was to go toe to toe with the king, there's people out there that would take him out, right? There's people in the king's army that can easily take out the king, but they don't, because he has that power of being the king. So we're going to have the power of being kings, but we're actually going to have physical power, you know, spiritual power, you know. So it's not going to be, well, mutinies and rebellions. Oh, hell no, because it's not going to be, oh, we're just a king by name or title. Oh, no, you try some shit and see what happens to you. Okay. You try some shit against a god? Really? 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 All right, this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. So how the hell is everybody going to be turned into a god? But he's going to give us power over the nations. And rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Okay? So we're going to gain power. We're going to gain authority. We're going to be able to physically subject them. And just by the word, the scriptures talk about the nation that will not come up to serve the Lord is not going to receive rain. See? We're going to be able to cause it to rain or withhold the rain. Elijah was able to do it. And Elijah was a man, right? He was able to call down fire from heaven. He was a man. Of course, it was by the Spirit of the Lord, but he was a man. Samson had super strength. He was a man. King David had spiritual power. He was a man. Okay, Elisha, the apostles, Yahushai, and these were all in the bodies of men. So how much more for when the Lord gives us bodies of gods? What level do you think that spiritual power is going to be on? Because the power that men exhibited on the earth was limited. It had to be limited because our bodies wouldn't be able to contain the raw fullness of actual power being held in it, not for long. That's why Samson, when he after he had slain 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass, he said he asked the Lord for water, because he said he was going to die. He was going to pretty much die if he didn't get water. Because remember, it says when the Philistines shouted against him, the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. And it was so hot that it burnt off the flax that were off his hands. Right? So that kind of energy, the human body is not, it can't maintain that for long. It's too weak. See, that's why, the spiritual power ultimately that we exhibited, our forefathers did, it was to a level. But when we get those new bodies, there's not going to be a cap on it, right? No cap. Okay, so it's going to be something, and we're going to get to test it all full out, when Yahushua comes back and we come down from those ships, from those chariots. We're going to come down with spiritual power. You best believe we're going to use it. That's going to be the best time to use it, especially in attack mode, because after we establish the order on the earth, there ain't going to be no need for us to go hard like that again. So that's going to be that time when, even if it's overkill, hey, you got to do what you got to do. All right. Let's get another verse, because these are all part of what? The Kal-El effect, because these are these are godlike characteristics. To be able to bring somebody back from the dead, that's a godlike characteristic. Okay? To have, a body where you don't die, you don't feel pain, that's a godlike characteristic. Now, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 29. And we're getting these precepts to show you that we're not making this up. All right? We're not making this up. It's written. It's written in the book. But the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the prophecies of this book, right? That keep these prophecies. Isaiah 40 and 29. He giveth power to the faint. And right now we're faint. And to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord, as we are doing now, shall renew their strength. They shall, listen to this closely, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. That means we're going to be able to fly, because what do eagles do? They fly. When you mount up, anything with a wing implies what? Flight. Okay? So being able to mount up with wings, you know, I always imagine the scene from Hancock. You know, when the kid comes up to him talking shit, you know, and he's drinking and he's like, that's like one of the first scenes where he stops the crooks, the bad guys, you know, and he picks up the wine, the alcohol from his under his chair or whatever, and then he gets up and just shoots up, you know, that he mounts up, okay, and just, you know, just boom, he's just out. Move, bitch. Get out the way, you know. So it says here, mount up with wings as eagles, they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. So we're not going to get tired. You know, like the Flash is able to run at super speeds and not really get tired. Okay? We're going to be like onto that. Those are godlike characteristics. Fatigue, tiredness, weakness, all pain, you know, being crippled. These are all things of the flesh, the vile body. But it's going to be changed once we get that Kal-El effect. Okay? That Kal-El effect, man. So lastly, because ultimately the Most High, you know, he wants to give us that, because that was his intention from the jump. And let's get that. Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Let's see, Wisdom of Solomon. All right. Okay. So this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23. And it says, for God created man to be immortal, right? And are gods not immortal? Psalms 82 and 6, I have said ye are gods, right? But ye shall die like one of the princes thereof. So that's when we lost our immortality. So we were created to be gods. We were created to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. See, so man, and the man is referring to here is an Israelite man. We are the ones the Lord chose and ordained and set up and fashioned, okay, to be immortal. We were created to be immortal, but through what? Verse 24, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. See, so when we disobeyed the Most High, death came into the world. We lost that power, but we're going to get it back. That's what we're doing now. We're working back towards it. And the Lord will put spiritual power on the earth before that time, before Yahushua's return, before, you know, our bodies get changed. But when he does change our bodies, it's going to be on a whole nother level. Okay, it's going to be like the free trial and then the full version. All right. So the Kal-El effect is in the Bible. Okay, us being made gods and exhibiting these godlike characteristics, that's biblical. It's in the Bible. Okay, and it's going to happen. It's prophecy, and we can look forward to that. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, you've been edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachah, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.